Alright, here we are. February 12th. Looking at Antonov 7052 November, Montana. I'm going to take a little walk around. It's a little too cool today to crank this thing up, so we're going to do a little walk around and get the basics here. Okay, I guess this thing was covered in 96 down there in Georgia with Seekonite. It's got that Airtex, I don't know if it's Airtex, it's a FAA approved paint. It's not a silver, it's kind of a beige. But anyway, we got a few, I went back and there was a few little ringworms with cracks, and I put some extra tape and silver on there and need to shoot some white. But we did it on the top as well, and I could use another coat of white. Good heavy thick coat, but it was too warm out here the day I was shooting. It was hard to get a good flow on there. And then oh, the door is open. Let's see who's home. Anyway, this thing flew up here from New Orleans a few years back, about 4 years ago. It's got I put a new engine on there then. It's got about 45 hours on it. Let's climb up in here and see what we got. We got a few oil cans. I always like to drain the oil out if I've been gone very long so it doesn't drip and make a mess up front. Here's a bench seat. There was a bunch of paratrooper seats that we still have, but they were flop downs. Here's all the spare parts, carburetor, mags, all kinds of stuff, starter, generator. And then the idea with this is it's kind of a bunk. If you're flying along, somebody can sleep in a totally level position. I'll look around back here first. Got the desk and the checklist there, which works pretty nice for keeping all the paperwork. We got all the manuals and stuff. Then I put a bunk in the back here that's level when you're when the tail's on the ground. Actually, we've had 2 people stay there. It's a nice padded bunk. And then we put those big plastic containers underneath with clothes and stuff. Got a little bit of electronic gear here. ADF, and here's all the cables. Everything's easy to get at and lube. We even have a little toilet here, a nice little Russian toilet that we paid a lot extra for. It's good lighting back here. Here's the battery box. We got 2 big 12 volts heading up to 24 for the start, and it cranks real nice. Okay, let me go up front, take a look at the panel. If you got any questions, just interrupt, okay? Alright, here we are. See if I can back up a little bit. Oh no, here we go. I put some standard American instruments in there for numbers. I wasn't real good with all the figuring on liters and stuff, but hopefully you can see that. This is the tach. This little bugger right here is the tachometer. Here's the manifold pressure, and the airspeed's over on the left there. This is a nice instrument. You flip it and it tells you left and right side, and then cumulative on the fuel. And oh yeah, and then I put a standard altimeter in there. You can see the green marks on the carburetor or cylinder head temp, oil temp, fuel pressure, oil pressure. There's lots of switches here, but they're pretty much redundant. You got your battery on, off, and ground power unit. And you go into all the flaps and the fire extinguisher. Here's the flaps, the trims, and then the electronics on the intercom. I also put some other standard instruments, airspeed. And one big thing we really need in this is this heated clock. It's getting a little moldy, but it actually has a heater in it. Got a little, can you see that? Yeah. I did put this little escort radio in here because this other one was giving us fits right here. And this thing vibrated a lot, so now I use a handheld. Alright, here's the knobs. I tried to label everything in English, which helped a little bit. You got a lot of switches. You got your elevator trim, your rudder trim, your aileron trim, your cowl flaps, your oil cooler cowl flaps. Where am I? I'm pointing here. Okay, there they are. And then you got your jump lights over here if you want to be sending people out the back door. Here's the big swivel pedal. On this one you got the brake handle right here. When you hit this, you got air brakes. Depending where your pedals are, I think it's 10 degrees either side, then you go left and right on the, it's connected with the splitter down there. And then you got this little flipper right here is your emergency lockup. See if we can see these gauges down here at all. You want to make sure the air, you got some air in there, it pumps up pretty quick. You open, this is your air valve right here, and then go by this, and then let's see, oh, here's your fuel quantity switch, fuel horn, fuel left and right. There's the primer's in the back, which is really a pain, but that's where it is. Got a heated windshield here, heated here. I don't know why that is, because if you got that much ice, chances are you're going to be going down. I don't know if you want to see where you're going, but put new glass in here, new glass here, or Lexan here. Visibility is real good, and then you can actually see behind you with the way this window's set, which is nice in case you decide to back up or something. On the float planes they actually do have reverse. Okay, that's the, and this whole top comes off. Here we go. This whole top, I've never flown like that, but it might be like having a convertible. Okay, we got an intercom mounted in the back here. What else we got? Oh, here's the windshield wipers. Yeah, you gotta see that. Here's a little motor, and then I got a plug in for the, well, I'm not too good at aiming this thing, am I? Yeah, we got a long drive on the windshield wipers. And then if you get sleepy, you wet your fingers and you put them on these little nodes right here, and where is it? Right there. And then you get a little voltage. Wake you up a little bit. What else? Here's the wobble pump to get some fuel pressure. Just get started. I'm trying to think of anything else outstanding. We have a mobile little P unit down there. You can switch back and forth, so you don't have to get up and walk in the back. You can't be too heavy here, because when you come in dead stick and you need this back in your belly, and you can see there's not much room to move the seat back. Okay, we could use a little interior design here, a little maybe soundproof, and then some what would you call it, paneling, but we don't have it. Here's the checklist. You can get this off the internet on that AN2 site. It's a few pages, but it's really neat. It's all in color. And all right, what else can I show you? If you ever need to carry stretchers, we got the hooks here for carrying the stretchers. I think you can carry 4 of them in here. Hopefully you don't need those. I put some big tie-down D-rings in the floor, so you can about cinch anything down. Let's go outside and see what else I can think of here. This door actually goes, and you can open a double door where you can drive a 4-wheeler right in there. Oh, back up. See that big, you can drive a 4-wheeler right in there when you open that big second door. They said it's because the women get pretty big over there, and when they want to go, you can't say no. All right, we got a few little patches on here. Otherwise, we got a little bit of oil drip sprayed around. She needs to be scrubbed off and painted. Another coat of paint. We got the paint in the hanger. But in Montana, it's either too hot and too dry, too windy, or too cold. We did redo the struts. I took them off and had them honed, pressure honed over there in Bozeman, because you gotta fill these struts up every so often with some nitrogen, and you got numbers on the side to there's the filler cap right there. You got numbers on the side down on this panel here where you kind of set it depending on how much weight you think you're going to be hauling. And if I got the engine all covered up right now. Let me see if I can pull this through a little bit, just slowly here. I move it every so often just so the rings are sitting in different positions, but it's pretty dry in this country. I did fire up here last fall and got more oil than usual sprayed down the side. I'd let it sit for a while, and there was some sitting in the exhaust, but usually it cranks over really nice and clean. The aileron, the upper flaps are secured with this bungee right here, because they'll get banging away when it starts blowing. Don't know what else to tell you, other than it's a good old bird and it's ready to fly. And when you got country like this around here to fly around, there's Lone Peak somewhere up there. We're already at 5,600 here at the airport, but Yellowstone Park is right down there. There's lots of places to land, and this thing can land and take in a few feet. It's amazing. I took off in 86 feet down there in Billings, but I usually fly off the grass right here. I don't like being on the pavement. And we got lots of good flat ground, so don't know what else to tell you, so I'm not going to tell you too much. A lot of the details on the internet. And we got all the paperwork. It was registered in Texas under Bishop through the FSDO down in Dallas. And I punch tested this with one of those mall testers here not too long ago, and I couldn't find a weak spot. I guess I actually got pictures of it. I wish I had videoed that, but even though you get a bit of this cracking in this paint, I think it just was too dry. Let me see here. No, there we go. It'd be neat to just scrub her down and shoot a big coat of paint. If we could do that this spring, that would be nice, but we'll see. Anyway, that's 7052 November, AN2 in Ennis, Montana. We'll catch you later.